operations. Despite many hardships, the RFC and the RNAS became very effective and well-trained fighting forces. The value of the aeroplane at war was increasingly not in doubt. During 1917, in the wake of raids against London by German Gulter G4 heavy bombers, South African General Jan Smuts, a member of the War Cabinet, was asked to conduct a review of air organisation and the direction of aerial operations. He recommended the amalgamation of the RFC and the RNAS into an independent air force and the establishment of an air ministry to oversee it. Here we have the replica aircraft of the Bremen Great War Display Team in front of us to represent the RAF's earliest days. Its official date of establishment was set for the 1st of April 1918. On that date it had almost 23,000 aircraft and more than 290,000 personnel. Also on the 1st of April 1918, a telegram was sent by King George V to the Secretary of State for Air, Lord Rothermere, and it read, "Today, the Royal Air Force, of which you are the Minister in charge, comes into existence as the third arm of the defences of the Empire. As General-in-Chief, I congratulate you on its birth, and I trust that it may enjoy a vigorous and successful life. I am confident that the union of the Royal Naval Air Service and the Royal Flying Corps will preserve and foster that esprit de corps which these two separate forces have created by their splendid deeds." There were many splendid deeds to come. And here we take a trip back in time 100 years with pyrotechnics and the show. The 2018 presentation by the Bremen Great War Display Team. Diving in a collection of Allied and enemy aircraft. Imagine you're standing in a British second-line trench somewhere in the Somme sector of northern France, looking eastwards towards the British front line and towards the German trenches. Aerial warfare was still very much in its infancy at this time, of course. The aircraft that waged that war, by today's standards, were incredibly primitive, fashioned from wooden fabric in the main, with basic knowledge of aerodynamics on the part of the men who created them, and using engines that were often unreliable. And then there were the pilots, young, often inexperienced, their average age on entering the front line just 20, and challenging machines to fly, yet their training was still quite rudimentary. And yet they were thrust into dogfights, the like of which we see recreated here by the Bremen Great War Display Team. And they flew without oxygen at altitude and without parachutes. Passing by a display centre, we've got a Royal Aircraft Factory B-2C pursued by one of the most feared German fighters of the war, the Fokker triplane, the Fokker DR1, the Dreidecker. The B-2C, one of the most significant types of the First World War period. Indeed, that goes for the whole of the B-2 family. B Super Levio Experimental. It was designed by Geoffrey de Havilland, first built by the Royal Aircraft Factory in 1912. Early tests of BE-2s over Salisbury Plain pioneered the airborne correction of artillery fire. The BE-2A and B models were among the first Royal Flying Corps aircraft deployed to France in 1914. BE-2C, used primarily for artillery observation as well as counter reconnaissance, light bombing duties, control work, night fighter missions against Zeppelins, and so forth. Losses were appalling until improved Allied fighters came along to counter the German types. And the poor old BE undergoing the attentions of the far more agile Fokker triplane. The BE-2's performance was much criticised, especially its poor manoeuvrability, though that did help make it a stable reconnaissance platform. Sadly, the improved BE-2E was little better. We've got a reproduction of one of those in the static park here. There were still BE-2Cs in RAF service after the armistice. This replica was built originally for a Nichols film that was never made by Charles Boddington. It was restored to fly a few years ago by Charles' son Matthew and the aircraft's co-owner Steve Slater. And there's another Fokker triplane being pursued by a Royal Aircraft Factory SE5s, which looks as though it's taken a hit from the other triplane. SE stood for Scout Experimental. The SE5 first flew in November 1916, the improved SE5A the following year. They were used during the war by 21 British and Empire squadrons and 2 US units. And it was amount of many leading aces of the First World War, the likes of Albert Ball, Mick Mallock, James McCubbin and Billy Bishop. More than 5,000 of them were built. It was a good performer at all altitudes, faster than its German rivals. It possessed an excellent rate of climb, the airframe was strong, and it was very agile. These are 7/8 scale replicas that we see here. Now Mark, as you watch this dogfight unfolding, you of course were a member of the Royal Air Force's Air Defence Force for many years, very good technology in use by then, but so many of the principles of aerial fighting remain the same.
Yes, in the beginning here, pilots carried handguns, which they pointed at each other. But very soon, the technology was improved to having forward-firing guns. And with the advent of that became the advent of the dogfight, or air-to-air combat as we now know it. The principles, however, despite enormous technological changes, are still the same, and the basic geometry of any air-to-air combat remains the same. Most of the aircraft that you see here today are engaging in what is known as a single circle fight, where both aircraft are going in the same direction. The aim of the single circle fight to win is to minimise the radius of turn, so that very quickly your circle turns inside the circle of the opposing aircraft and you can bring your guns to bear. As the aircraft got faster and the fight started with aircraft going in opposing directions, came the advent of the two-circle fight. And a two-circle fight is more of a rate fight. Because the aircraft are defining two different trajectories through the sky, it's the rate of turn with which you can bring your nose to bear on the other aircraft, and the one that does that successfully is the winner.
In the First World War, of course, there would have been dozens of aircraft in a dogfight like this. Today we talk of beyond visual range combat with aircraft like the F-35 and the Typhoon. Nothing like that in those days. The pilots would generally be using the aircraft's rudder to make turns and just try and get a shot on their opponent. The action would be incredibly close fought. And we see a little of that here, as there a DR1 pursues an SE5A. The Fokker DR1 first flown in July 1917. Just 320 of them were built though, and despite the fact that it is extremely famous as a result, particularly of the Red Baron, Manfred von Richthofen, flying DR1s. Also, another of the leading German aces of the Great War, Werner Voss, did so. This was because the aircraft suffered serious structural problems which entailed further orders. And these two Dreideckers absolutely in amongst the British aircraft. One of them tailing an SE5A, the other still bringing its guns to bear on that poor old B-2. The Royal Aircraft Factory aeroplanes were much derided by, amongst others, C.G. Gray, the extremely opinionated, one might say vituperative editor of the aeroplane. Not least on the date the RAF was formed, the 1st of April 1918, he decried the fact that the name of the initials of the new service, RAF, were the same as those of the Royal Aircraft Factory. However, the SE5 and SE5A particularly helped regain something of the factory's reputation through their deeds. The sort of fight we see going on now is not untypical of what would have happened over the trenches in 1918. I would suggest that the majority of the kills that would happen on an air-to-air mission like this come from an aircraft that has managed to get in unseen on its opponent. A little monoplane in this display, meanwhile, the Junker CL-1. This is based on a Bowers Flybaby light aircraft, this replica. It was a two-seat monoplane ground attack aircraft, first flown in December 1917, but just 47 of them were built and delivered by the time of the armistice on November 11, 1918. And it's diving in here with one of the SE5As on its tail. For the last few years we've been marking the centenaries of major events during World War I, all leading up to this year's centenary of the armistice. All the while we remember those who fought, whether in the air, at sea or on the ground.